Welcome to the John DeVito Show. And today I have a very serious topic to discuss. So hopefully you're all ready for this. This is something that I couldn't wait for anymore. I mean, this is of the utmost importance because here we are getting towards the end of the month of October, and we need to discuss the best Halloween candy out there. So let's have a little bit of fun today. I do a lot of serious shows, a lot of heavy topics, but I was thinking about my favorite Halloween candy, and it's pretty simple for me. I definitely know what my number one is. So what I did, I found a list, and I have not reviewed the list yet. It is by thekitchen.com, and it lists out the top 15 Halloween candies. Now, this probably is not going to be as long as a podcast as some of my others. I've been doing 20-minute podcasts. This might come in at about 15 minutes, unless I really see something I have a problem with. I'm going to discuss this a little bit. So here we go. So this is the top 15 Hollywood Halloween candies in 2023. Now, I'm telling you right now, if I don't see candy corn on this list, I'm going to have a problem with it. I know some of you are going to disagree because it seems like there's a real divide. I mean, in this country, we've got Democrats and Republicans. That's almost as much of the divide as you see people that like candy corn against people that think it's disgusting. I'm one of those people that likes candy corn. It's not my favorite, but I do like it. I will eat it. So we'll see if it's on the list. All right, number 15. I already kind of have a problem with this one. Personally, I think this is too far down the list. I'm surprised it's this far down. But number 15 on the list are Kit Kat bars. Now, I know that when my children came home when they were younger and, they went to sleep and I decided with my wife to raid their candy bags, Kit Kat is something that I would definitely look for right in the top two or three different types of candy that I would steal from my children. So Kit Kat at number 15, it definitely deserves to be on the list. But in my opinion, Kit Kat should be a top five. So I'm a little bit concerned as to what this list is going to look like, but we're going to talk it through and we'll get through this together. All right. Number 14, another one. Again, this would probably be in my top five. I'm surprised this is number 14. Butterfingers. I love Butterfingers. They're a good, crunchy peanut butter type of um, just really good candy bar. And the way they describe it is it's like eating a straight up ice cream, a milkshake, shake, and a cheesecake all together in a Butterfinger. So Butterfinger number 14 definitely deserves to be on the list, but I'm very surprised to see it that far down because again, this would definitely be in my top five. So I'm anxious to see what really made the top five in this list. Now, if I don't see peanut butter cups, Reese's peanut butter cups at number one, then this list has lost all credibility to me completely. So we'll see what comes up on the list. So far, number 15, we've got Kit Kat. Number 4, we've got Butterfinger. They both belong on the list, but in my opinion, higher up. All right, number 13, I guess I'm not a huge fan of these. I mean, they're good, but not really kind of in my wheelhouse. But on number 13, I don't have a problem with it. Jolly Rancher. I do have a problem with Jolly Ranchers being higher up on the list than Kit Kats or Butterfingers. But number 13, we've got Jolly Ranchers, a decent candy. This would be probably one of the last things I would steal from my children out of their Halloween trick-or-treat bags. But I would still steal them. But this would definitely not be in my top 10. So number 13, Jolly Ranchers. Okay, I can see it. They're good, but not in my top 5 by any means. Number 12, when I first saw this one, I thought, oh my God, how did this make it number 12? But to be honest with you, I do like these. Sweet Tarts. Now, these are something that, again, I wouldn't have in my top 5, but when I see these in the bag, I wouldn't really think about grabbing these first, but when I eat these, I really like them. So Sweet Tarts, really just, good candy. I think I'm more of a chocolate person. Maybe that's my problem. But Sweet Tarts are good. So I definitely would steal these also. And I have no problem with them, in the bottom half of the top 15 here. So Sweet Tarts coming in at number 12 on this list that was created by thekitchen.com. Number 11. Oh, boy. Okay. Okay. I would again think that these would be higher. Milk chocolate M&Ms. I mean, who doesn't love M&Ms? I don't think I've ever met a person that doesn't like M&Ms. I'm a big M&M fan. This, for me, again, would definitely be in my top 10, maybe in my top 5. I'm glad to see it on the list. but a little surprised to see it coming in at number 11. I thought milk chocolate M&Ms would be higher. So moving up the list. Okay, again, I don't love these. I would definitely have M&Ms higher than this. I would have Butterfingers higher than this. Kit Kats higher than this. But number 10 on the list are Skittles. Skittles I do like. And you know what? It's funny. When I see my kids eating Skittles, I always ask for a couple, assuming they're M&Ms, and they end up being Skittles, and I'm always disappointed that they're actually not M&Ms. But Skittles are good. Those are kind of the same type of thing for me as maybe like Jolly Ranchers. I'll eat them, and I'll steal them from my kid's bag. But I certainly will not eat Skittles until all the chocolate and the good stuff is gone. So Skittles are low on my priority list. All right, number 9. This is a solid call. Again, this would maybe be a little bit higher on my list, but Milky Way bars, these are great. One of my favorites. These are something that I absolutely grab. These are right up there for me, probably in the top 5 or 6 as to what I would grab first. And if I see a Milky Way hanging out someplace, I'm probably going to make that thing history really quickly. So Milky Way coming in at number 9, that makes sense to me. Good call. Number 8. All right. Yes and no for me on this one. Twizzlers. I do like Twizzlers, but I like the ones that have the fruit filling on the inside. Those are so good. So Twizzlers, I don't know if I'd have them at 8 again, but I do like the fruit-filled Twizzlers a lot. I don't like the plain ones as much. But you can't go wrong with Twizzlers. Those are pretty good. And certainly if someone's going to bag of Twizzlers, I'm asking for a few of those, and I'll probably polish off a bag of my own if I have them without anybody around. All right, number 7. I like this one. The Nestle Crunch Bars. I find that those are good. I probably would have this like right around this number of 7. I have some others that would be above it, but definitely when I see these in the bag, I would definitely grab some of these. And here I like the description. It says, Crunch Bars are my go-to movie snack bars, and they're absolutely the star of many trick-or-treat bags as well. The milk chocolate bars are way better with the added crispy little crunch of puffed rice. They also basically improve any baked goods you're planning on making after the holiday. So you're putting these in baked goods. This person's kind of playing the A game here, so that's pretty impressive. I've never thought of that. But definitely a Crunch Bar. That makes my list. All right, moving ahead. Now, I don't even know what these are. What are these? I've never even heard of these. I may have to read the description out loud here because I don't think I've ever heard of this candy. Fun Dip is number 6 on the list. Now, how can that be that high up on the list? I consider myself to be a trick-or-treat candy connoisseur. I've been stealing candy from my children for the last 20 years. So I definitely think I know my candy. But anyway, this is a sleeper hit amongst the trick-or-treaters in my neighborhood. Fun Dip, specifically its Halloween box, is the sweet, tangy, powdery sugar you might expect about over the classic big-name variety packs. No more of that. This year, pick up the endlessly dippable apple and cherry varieties, multicolored tongue included. I guess I have to give this one an incomplete, but this one for me, I think if this is a sleeper hit, it should be number 6 on the list. So this person was obviously biased by putting Fun Dip up at the top. I think Fun Dip should be way further down the list, and I don't even think it would make probably my top 15. But of course, now I've got to try it because maybe I'm missing something. I don't want to make a decision without having all the facts, so I have to look for some Fun Dip now to give it a go. All right, number 5, you can't go wrong here. Number 5 on the list is Snickers. Snickers bars. Who hasn't had a Snickers bar? They're amazing. One of the best chocolate bars that you can get, and definitely, as I'm pilfering from my children, this would be a bar that I would absolutely focus on, hone in on, and devour once those poor, unsuspecting souls go to sleep. So that's how I roll, everybody. Number 4, I get why these are up here. I'm not a huge Starburst fan. I know people love Starburst. For me, Starburst would probably be in my top 20, maybe in my top 15, but it certainly would not be number 4 on my list. But people like this Starburst, and who am I to judge? So number Starburst coming in at 4, and I guess we'll just go ahead and move up the list. All right, so now we're getting to our top 3. It's getting kind of exciting. You know what? I think we need to build some excitement here and go back to the bottom of the list. And I'll just run down what we've talked about so far and then get to that final 3. All right, so here we go. Number 15, Kit Kat. Again, surprised that wasn't higher. Number 14, Butterfinger. Surprised it wasn't higher. Jolly Rancher, 13. I don't love them, but I know people do. I don't have a problem with it being ranked in the lower half of this particular list. Number 12, Sweet Tarts. I do like those. I would probably have those more 14 or 15 on my list. I never seek them out, but when I do eat them, I love them. So number 11, milk chocolate M&Ms. Can't go wrong with those. Number 10, Skittles. Those are okay in my book. Excuse me. Number 9, Milky Way bars. I thought these would be higher. I love me a good Milky Way bar. Number 8, Twizzlers. As I talked about, I love the ones that have the fruit on the inside. Those are so darn good, and I absolutely love those. So number 7, Crunch Bars, Nestle Crunch Bars. Those are phenomenal. Absolutely love those. And I am seeing a theme. I think I like the chocolate style candy more than anything else. Number 6 is something I've never heard of, Fun Dip. So I'm going to literally go out and look for these tomorrow and try a Fun Dip to see if I actually like those and see if they actually deserve the number 6 slot on this list by thekitchen.com. Number 5, Snickers. I mean, we don't have to explain Snickers. Amazing bar, one of my favorites. Definitely deserves to be a top 5. Starburst, number 4. Not sure that deserves to be as high as it is. I'm not a big Starburst fan, but I know that a lot of people like those. So moving up. Oh, this one surprises me. Number 3, I'm going to disagree with this right now. This was number 1 on my list. I think this would be number one on a lot of people's lists. Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, number 3 on the list. Now, number 3 is obviously a very respectable position, but in my opinion, that is the holy grail of Halloween candy. My children, if they are silly enough not to hide their Reese's Peanut Butter Cups when they go to bed after trick-or-treating, I will devour like 10 of these in no time. So Reese's Peanut Butter Cup, my absolute favorite. That would be my number 1 on this list by thekitchen.com. They are ranked number 3. So respectable, but we'll have to see what the top 2 are. I may have a real problem here and may have to call thekitchen.com and complain if I don't agree with some of these choices. All right, here we go. Number 2. Okay. Number 2 is solid. Twix bars. I love Twix bars. I think I would have maybe Twix would be my 2 or 3, with Reese's being number 1. But yeah, Twix definitely deserves to be top of the list. They're phenomenal. One of my favorites. And again, these are very high on my target list when scouring through my children's trick-or-treat bags late at night. Number 1 on the list. All right, let's see what this is. I'm a little nervous because I can't think of what it might be. Everything I like, I think, has already been mentioned. So this, we'll see what number 1 is. Oh, I don't know. All right, some of you may disagree with me here, but Nerds is the number 1. Now, Nerds are good. It's a decent candy. But number 1, I don't know about that. I have to say I disagree with this one. I don't know how you can place this above Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, Butterfingers, Kit Kats, Twix bars. I mean, Nerds are good, but they're not that good. So let me read this description, and maybe it'll give us some insight as to why this person chose Nerds as their number 1 candy. So if there's a candy I'm bound to seek out like a heat-seeking missile, it's absolutely any variety of Nerds. That perfect mix of crunchy and tart, crackly fruit sweetness is absolute Halloween gold, especially in the epic variety packs that features not only classic grape and strawberry flavored boxes, but also chewy Nerds and my all-time favorite year-round candy, Nerd Gummy Clusters. I don't think I've ever had those. Do yourself a huge favor and keep a few of these safe for yourself later on. All right. So they love Nerds. I don't even think Nerds would have made my top 20. And again, I can't believe it. Candy corn is not on the list. And I'm sorry out there, people, if you disagree with me. I love me some candy corn, but it did not make the list. So let me run down the list one more time by thekitchen.com, and then we're going to wrap up this big boy. What candies did they miss? What have they forgotten about? I'm trying to think. I mean, they've hit most of the ones that I like, but I don't agree with the order. So let's run down this really quickly, and then we're going to wrap up this extremely important podcast of the best Halloween candy in 2023. So thekitchen.com had Kit Kat at number 15, Butterfinger at number 14, Jolly Rancher at number 13, Sweet Tarts at number 12, Milk Chocolate M&Ms at number 11, Skittles at number 10. They had Milky Way at number 9, Twizzlers at number 8, Crunch Bars, Nestle Crunch Bars at number 7, Fun Dip at number 6, Snickers at number 5, Starburst at number 4. They had at the top 3 Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, should have been number 1, but they have it as number 3. Twix bars at number 2, and then to me, the surprise number 1, Nerds. So everybody, I hope all of you are excited for Halloween. It's my favorite time of the year. There's nothing better than going out with your children and enjoying the trick-or-treating. My kids are all older now. They don't trick-or-treat anymore, but I enjoy seeing all the little ones come to our house, all dressed up in their costumes, excited for trick-or-treating. So for everybody out there, happy Halloween. I hope you have a wonderful night. It's Monday. We're almost through that dreaded Monday, and we've got, I think, trick-or-treating, I think it's like next week, right? So it's coming up pretty soon. I better stock up my candy and try some of the ones I haven't had before. So for everybody out there that tuned in today, thank you so much for joining the John DeVito Show. I hope you have a great night and a wonderful week. And again, thank you very much. God bless all of you.